And let's just kill clip art. Can we just stop designing like it's 1999, alright? Clip art needs to die, and someone needs to shoot it in the head very quietly, and it just needs to die, okay? And we know it comes free, but that doesn't mean you have to use it, alright? Kill clip art. Quality images that we look for, and I can tell you, I haven't got time to tell you, but I can do it afterwards. I can tell you where to get quality images from, but kill clip art. It doesn't do anyone any favours. And if I ever see the two business people shaking their hands in front of a globe one more time, I think you know what I'm saying, right? Just use some fonts. But remember, the fonts don't travel. So a nice font can really make a presentation. But remember, if you're taking your USB stick to a client, your fonts will not go with it. It's quite complicated to do that. If you want to take your fonts and your fancy fonts with you, you have to output your slides as images and then input them back again. We're in nerd territory now, I realise that, okay? So I'll skip over that, right? But be careful with the fonts, right? This is my keynote that I do in education and business. That's the slide. That's 50 minutes or 2 hours there. It's one slide. All my points are in a different font. It's big, it's bold. I make a postcard out of it. I go into schools. They've got it up in their classroom after I've spoken. Do you see what I mean? So it's just boom, there it is. Simple as that. But that simply is just using a couple of fonts. It's nothing more complicated than that. So yeah, images are great. If you want to sum up the anti-capitalist movement, there it is in one image. A guy showing his bum to the police, right? Images are very, very powerful, but we seem to use more text than images. So can we ditch the text a bit and move on to the images? Can we possibly get to 6 words a slide? 20 words maximum? Any more than 20 words in a slide and you're writing a Word document. One of my favourite images of all time. It's just beautiful. And image is amazing. You put something up. How did the photographer capture all of those emotions in one click of the shutter? Isn't that beautiful? It's just amazing. 1963, I think. A couple of other things. You're not looking at me now because you're looking at that. If we've got something twiddling around in the background, you know what? You want people to look at you because that's, you know, if they don't see your eyes, then we don't communicate well, do we? So just let people look at you and stop having things spinning around the background, okay? Animated GIFs are not great, you know, so it's just reduce that motion. The only time I would say that's different and who used that really well is Richard McCann. I've seen his presentation 100 times now, right? But Richard McCann has fading pictures. So he shows a picture and then it fades out and it's very dramatic. That's the only motion I would encourage you to have. Anything else like that, let's ditch it. Learn to bleed your images. Again, we're a little bit in geek territory now. Bear with me, alright? That's an image on a bad coloured screen. It's a large image. If you enlarge the image and put it in the colour it should be, it looks like that. You see? Because it's white, put it onto a white screen. Or bleed the image off the page so it doesn't have a border around it, but it comes off the slide just a little bit. Okay? Can you see how that's pretty good, doesn't it? It's one for you. Can have that one, Mindy. That's one for you. There's a little book on there for you, alright? Here's another one again. White back, worst colour slider defined. Bleed it, enlarge it, look what difference it makes. Simple. I'm going to show you a video clip that I've used before. I'm just going to show you how to use video a little bit, okay? Where you can go, I haven't got time to go into the legalities and all that kind of stuff, we can chat about that later. Although to be fair, it's not as black and white as it appears, there's quite a lot of grey areas around legalities and stuff. But I just want to show you a video as an example of how you could use a video. Hopefully the sound is a little bit dodgy, so I'm hoping it'll be okay. You may have seen this before. If you could, I might let you watch the rest of it. It's all about the clicker. This one will pause the video. I use a Mac. This one will pause the video, so if I'm doing this, especially in a school situation, I will pause the video then and I'll say something like, what was the whole nation thinking at that point? Was she going to be good or bad? Blah, blah, blah. This might go for 10 minutes. But it's a 3-minute video. 3 minutes is the maximum length of the video. 30 seconds to 3 minutes. But I've stopped it in the middle at a crucial point, and now I'll click on it. It's just too easy, really. Click. There we go. Sorry about the sound quality. So basically, get a decent clicker. There's nothing worse than a speaker going. That's one really important point, and here's a big emotional point. Just bear with me a second. Get a decent clicker. Find the one that works for you. Some of them got timers on them and buzzers and all kind of things like that. Yeah, we're coming on. But now, very quickly, we're running through the good, the bad, and the ugly with you. First of all, the ugly is Jeff Ram. Oh, sorry, Jeff, I didn't realise you were here. This is Jeff for a recent event. You see, a little bit of branding on there, but you see just 3 words. And it's presentation like that. Boom, 1, 2, 3 big words. That's all you need. Fantastic. This was voted the worst slide on the internet ever. Worst slide ever. This one comes in a pretty close second. That's how to win the Afghanistan war. We understand that. Who won the war? So General McChrystal. There's another military one. Beautiful. Here's a picture that I use when I do a pigeon about a story. I do a story about a pigeon, and I have this in the background. Just think it's great. You see the contrast? Get a good contrast. Here's Bill Gates at his worst. He's got a lot better. See, Apple was the plain and simple. Bill Gates was overcomplicated. I think he's had a lot of coaching since then. That is his classic slide. That's just too busy. Here's Paul McGee. He asked me to look at his slides for him. This is what he looked like originally. I just said, let's make it bigger and make it black. You see the difference? It's really simple. So I helped to work on those. Worst colour scheme, make sure you can read the text. Complicated slide, we talked about that. Just go to the last paragraph. Get to the last paragraph for me. There we go, yes, you know the deal. And we're nearly there. Another client asked me to say, okay, can you have a look at my slides? This was 3 points that she wanted to make, professional speaker. You know, with clip art, split those up into 1, 2, 3. Big, bold, big difference. I spend 10 minutes talking about this. Just cockpit and how the bit in the middle is quite important. You know, I talk about that. So that's a good 10 minutes just on one slide. Just something I found on Flickr. And just to recap. As we finish. Cost me 10 quid that. Just a recap. If you're going to do slides, let's do them well. Keep them big, keep them bold, and if you're not sure, just remember IKEA. Interesting, clean, eye-catching, and as absolutely fabulous as you can make them. Thanks for listening.